Everybody, Dave Nasty over here at Epic Guitar Instruction. How you doing? We're gonna have a good time today. We're gonna learn a classic song. This is Badlands' version of High Wire. Well, version. They wrote the song. This is Jake E Lee. This is Badlands. This is High Wire. This is a cool riff I learned in my high school time. I didn't give it the best intro, but man, I'm gonna tell you, this is gonna be a killer video. I'm telling you. That's all I gotta say. Come with me and let's learn this song. We're rocking away, playing a pretty great riff that's going to be single note driven. We're going to be working out of the pentatonic scale. I'm going to be able to apply this to your everyday lifestyle, which will be really good with some usage of the pentatonics. And I'm going to go ahead and dive right in. There's not a lot to it, but it's a great song that we can feel and play at home. So let's get started. The first thing that we're going to go ahead and execute is we're going to put our third finger on the 5th fret 6th string. That's going to be my A note. I'm going to pivot off this guy, and the first thing I'm going to grab is the C note, and I'm going to tweak that guy a little bit, and that's going to be played like this. Now, I've seen versions of this where people play with an open string. It is cool. It's got that page kind of effect. He plays it here. We're going to lead into the next note, which is going to be your D note with your third finger. Easy enough. What we're going to do from there, we're going to hit an open A string, and then immediately after hitting that open A string, we're going to go to the G note, we're going to go to the A note on the low string. Bum, 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 bum is what we're going to think. One more time. Now, we're putting stank on it, so to speak, with our vibrato and things of this nature, and characteristics of our human self. We'll get into that dynamic in a minute. Now, this next piece, all in one motion, we're going to think as we stretch the D and it comes down. We're going to return it back to pitch. I'm going to pull off to the C, and I'm going to go to an open A note, and then I'll fret that G. After I strike this, all in one motion. Slowly. Open. That's the meat and potatoes of the riff. The tail changes a little bit the second time around. You're going to get... Now you'll notice I'm putting some half pinches with some of the dynamics of these notes. I might turn, or some of these notes. I'll turn this way so you can kind of see what the right hand does and how I'm picking it per se. And you can see where I am throwing in some of those things. One there. A little bit on the open. The biggest thing about it is where you're putting vibrato at the end of the riff. I think that's the most important part. You want to watch with your vibrato in a riff like this because it is based off of lower notes. You want to make sure that you still kind of grip it in an old-fashioned bluesy way in the sense that your thumb is coming over the top, because if we attack it this way, our vibrato, when we bend, or if you're not totally used to it, if we're bending from this part of your finger, you may not return all the way to your pitch. And you'll get some of that stuff going down. We don't like that stuff. Gotta watch out for that. It's a little harebrained. You know, we don't want to do that so much. Miles, what do we think of the weird vibrato? It's like the... Not impressed. Dog, he's not too impressed.
He did open his eye.
He's lounging, though. And he likes Badlands, and he is a fan of Jake E Lee. We've proven this in other videos, yes. So I think we're doing pretty good. As we charge away into the song, we're going to cut that second part of the tail straight into a G chord. So it's going to go... And go like rock G. I'm going to bail him so he's not there anymore. I'm going to use my middle finger to, of course, mute that in a way that it's angled, but I'm still opening up to hit the D and the G, and I've still got these guys ringing on the high end. Okay, context, and then we'll get into the main verse. Now, when we get into the verse, the first part of it, we're going to break this up into sections. It sounds just like this. Really ringing big rock Marshall type stuff, you know. You can see I'm playing this with just a distorted, you know, really cool practice amp. I've got a single coil. This is a 59 like tele pickup, so you don't need a lot. I don't have any pedals going on or anything. There's some distortion. Naturally, with a single coil, I got to cut my volume so we're not like buzzing when I'm talking. But you know, you don't need a lot of requirements to achieve the tone. He uses a killer Charvel with a humbucker. You know, you can use anything you want to go ahead and play the riff. As we go through this, I'm going to play an A chord executed with my first finger. I'm going to reach over, I'm going to grab my G note. I'm going to go to a C add 9. Voice much in the way. Make sure I'm in tune. Much in the way of the G chord before. We're going to go back to an A. I'm going to pull off, and then I'm going to hit a G chord. And that gives us this. One more time slow. So the first one. Now the second one, as we lead in, we're going to do roughly the same thing. A little bit more of a pull-off motion coming on these low strings. We're going to go to that C chord. So we hit an A note, or an A chord rather. We go over to the G. We go back to the A. We have a tail that goes like this. Then we hit a C chord. So we have... Put the first one. Second one. This is a really cool riff we're going to play right here. I like the way we're going to execute this. We're going to have our third finger on the second fret, third string. Our first finger on E flat, which is the fourth string, first fret. I'm going to strike these and I'm going to pull off. Now, I'm going to play this with a hybrid pick motion. You don't have to. You can strum it, but we're going to initially pull off with our first finger. We're going to reach over with the pinky now, and we have to hit the third fret, fifth string. So bring back to what gives you a D tonality by that third finger still being placed there. You can practice that all into itself, but it's pretty great. Go to an A chord. We're going to kind of do a little bit of this, what I think of, that you really got me feel is kind of how I put it. We're on an up strum. I'm going to hit that G note. Go right into that A chord. Whoop. Notice I have a muted down strum. Classic rock stuff. Put those three parts together. Last one. We go to the E chord and we have very similar. Pretty great. That's going to lead you basically right back into the main riff of the tune. So as we go through these things, we've got a lot of cool parts. Now, we have a tail that comes at the end of that where we have to go. But we're done at that point, and we get to solo in a minute. So let me put this put this together from this point on. So we're really specific. Really. going to be really cool to play. Now, if we want to arpeggiate from here, we can do this cool chord where I'm basically holding this with my middle finger. This is a C note, A note, D note. I'm going to descend 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into the A chord. Overdub stuff, you know, that's on the record. That's going to lead us into a good part of it, right? So let's just play what we have. Sloppy there, but it's okay. We're gonna keep going. I'm telling you, when you jam songs like this, they're so easy to get lost in, and even when I'm teaching them, I can tell you, even if I get off track a little bit, I can still find a way to get myself back, only because there's so much that we can learn from it. So we're gonna get into one other little piece here. AC/DC chords kind of effect. My middle finger is going to go. We're going to solo over this. So all the soloing content that we're going to talk about is going to take place off of the 12th fret. Now I notice I talked briefly about that, but we'll come back to it when we tie us all together. But if you need any assistance in soloing or getting used to soloing, we have stuff that's free and available to you and really easy to access. And all you have to do is click on the link that you see below in that text box. And if you click on that link, what you're going to get is a great video and a coinciding ebook that's totally free, and it'll give you all the scales and diagrams and, you know, get you started with soloing. So when you hear some terms and things that I'm going to say, you'll be right along with me. You can almost set it out right in front of you. It'll be a great musical experience, all of us together. We're keeping it schooled, we're having a good time, and that way you get some extra free stuff too, all at the same time. So up here at the 12th fret, we're going to be playing out of our pentatonic scale. Classic licks are going to take place in this part. I'm just going to talk about a couple of them, okay? So because he does some unique things where he's playing, doing licks of this nature. Let's talk about the wheelhouse of what's going to happen. Basically, I'm talking about licks that are going to pull off and bend off that third string. There may be some bends on the second string. Jake E Lee really taught me that double stops in classic blues playing really worked great in metal. So you can go for pulling nasty style off of that 14th fret to the 12th fret. And playing around in that scale. I'm going to generalize because there's so much content in that solo, but just to get you kind of close with some of, you know, with all you players at any level, you'll be able to understand what I'm saying. So as I go through bends, I'm working on holding them so they're big and grand, and maybe getting some different notes. That's in the solo. He does really cool things where he hits notes on the high string and gets to that blues note. We'll leave it with that lick and then we'll round this thing out. So I'm hitting the 12th fret. I'm going to go right into a down pick motion on the 15th fret. So much cool stuff in that song. It's really easy to get lost in. So I appreciate you guys sticking with it and coming along with me on this journey for sure. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment. Those are the three things that are most important to us here at Epic Guitar Instruction. We want to know what we can give you next, and it's always fun for us to do it. So thank you very much. I will see you next time. A little bit of Jake E Lee for you. I'll see you next time.